before starting, can I have the small introduction from each of you from what is your name, your rank, and from which city you belong to, please?
My name is Hello, good afternoon. I'm Shaila Judge. Just got the product and working on it, and that's it. Just came to know what it is about.
My name is Enagic from Andhra Pradesh, Kakinada.
I'm Dr. from Pondicherry, Tenets. I'm just getting into 2 years.
Great.
I'm Ravichandra from Chennai. Today I'm joining Enagic. I'm going to get the
Very good. Once you love this product, you will become and devote it. We take your testimony,
Louder.
about your uncle's sickness and all, sugar levels going down. You do.
Okay.
We have the product independent. He should join.
Okay. From? Bangalore. From
Bangalore.
Okay. Mr. Vinesh.
Good afternoon. I'm about Vinesh Menon. It's going to be 682.
From Bangalore.
I'm Dr. Francis Xavier, a trainer by profession. Very shortly I become 6 years.
Good afternoon. My name is Sridhar. I am now 3A.
Okay, good evening. Good evening. Warm welcome to all of you. Nice to have you folks again. So, what we are doing is we are waiting for one of my very important guests. There was a little delay in the gate pass right now, so he's on his way. So, he will be giving you a brief on the product by itself. He's a chartered engineer and a very old associate of mine. Meantime, now I'm just going to give you a brief gist on the product training by itself. I hope you all know what is product training. How many of you know? Very few. Okay. What do you know about product training? Just hop on, sit and tell me from there.
About the product. It's the world's planet's best water ionizer on the planet.
No, that is you're talking about the product. Training. Product training.
Okay, product
What is
training.
the product?
We are going to know about the functionalities, features of the product, how it works, why it works, why it has been working for 44 years.
Somebody else was there?
Troubleshooting.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, practically any problems that I can find out here and talk them and get it clarified, because everybody will not be reading the book given them. So we have a lot of questions in their mind.
Somebody else again was there? Okay, anyway, I'll just give you a brief. What is product? See, product training is basically a foundation. You should understand what it is. A product is nothing but it can be any commodity, any product. Now, product, once you take a product, it is your bound, I would say, responsibility. Forget your duty, etc. It's a responsibility that you must understand what is the product. If you don't understand the product, be anything, you will not be able to explain and understand it and then distribute it subsequently. So our nature of product is, you know what, it's the water, it's an ionizer. Now when you are dealing with a product, it's your responsibility to know more about the product. And here what are you doing is, you are an independent distributor. Now unless you know the product, how are you going to distribute it? In any field, be it a dietitian, she has to know her subject matter very well, and then she explains to it, and then she shares it along with whoever it is. So that's basically how it is. So it is a bound duty of every one of you here, be you starting just now as a beginner, or even if you have missed your bus, you must learn what the product is. Very, very essential for you to take you forward. If you don't know the product, it's of no use, and you know what, it's going to be like you will not be able to explain it to your would-be customers or your sponsors or your distributors and expand on the business. So what we are doing is, we have designed a very good product training for all of you right from the beginning, and trying to initiate and educate you on how you got to get yourself completely trained, understand the product stage by stage. and you are going to get yourself involved. So the more you're involved in the product, it's better for you for the future. Okay, so we will start from this. Now we are talking on the product introduction. You'll know how this product was introduced, by whom and what. All of you know or you don't know? Yeah. Okay. See, I'll just tell you now how this product was evolved, you should know. Huh? So we go to the product introduction. Yeah. So this is the range on which we have brought in the product. We have 6 types of products, and on these products, we give you the basic warranties of 3 to 5 years on each product. And you know the product is rather invented, manufactured in Japan. We come to the product training later on. This is just to give you on basically on the product is what I'm trying to initiate here. Okay, and this is the range of products which you have. I hope all of you have all know about it. It's fine. If not, my request is you have our manuals. You go to our website and you'll get all the details of the complete range of our products. It's very, very important you understand the product, and subsequently you got to know how this was evolved. Very important. So you will understand how the company was formed, who was the inventor, who was the founder, how many years it's taken, where we stand as on today, and what is our credentials in the market. It's very important for all of you to understand this. That's when you'll be a very successful distributor of the company, and it'll have all your properties, both health, wealth, as well as mental satisfaction. Okay. Now the new product range is here. That is your Kangen 8, which has the salient features, which I hope you are aware of it. Next. Then, now the product is backed up by its certifications. We have one of the world's best certifications given on it, where you see the Water Quality Association, which has the gold seal for it. It's a very difficult certificate to get obtained. So this itself, will give you our credibilities of the product by itself. That is, obtaining this gold certificate is just not a cakewalk. It has to be approved by world-renowned scholars, researchers, etc. And that's when it's awarded to us. With that, we have the other certifications already given to you. Right, next. Now, the operational chart. Now, I think all of you, except those who are beginners, wouldn't have bought the product. But I think most of you, everybody has bought the product, except any newcomers. I think there's only one. Two, you're just about going to buy. About three or four of you. I think all the rest have bought your product. So I think you could understand the machine on whatever range you have bought it or whatever type of model you have bought. You got to know the operational chart as to how it functions. Are you all aware of it? If you're not aware, no problem. For certain models, we have a CD already given. You have the manual in it. Please go through the CD as often as you can. The more you view it, the better knowledge you get. Similarly, read the manual. The manual is a very important literature which gives you a lot of information of the company, the product, and its specifications. Okay, go through that, and this is the range. Then we will, for your practical thing, we are going to subsequently have a practical demo here, where you can ask a lot of questions, no problem. And so, as I said, seeing is believing. So you can see for yourself, practice, and understand the product very well. So that will be your advantage to understand the product by itself. Next. So you must also know what are the type of properties of water that the apparatus produces. So we were talking about the apparatus by itself. Okay. And this is the salient features of our product, which gives you this range of water from one machine. Which produces, so I hope you are aware of this again. So when you see the machine there, it gives you 3 varieties of the actual salient features of our water, which is your pH water, alkaline water. Then you get the clean water, which is used for medicinal purposes. when we go to the beauty water, especially for the ladies, this is basically nothing but it's a toner, which is more or less with your skin. Your skin is about 5.5 pH to 6. So when you use this water, it penetrates very easily because of the molecular clusters. So it benefits by toning the skin. That's basically what it does. And then you get the strong alkaline water, which are using the 11.5 for cleaning purposes because it has properties where it emulsifies oil. So you know water and oil doesn't mix, but just to give you a recap on that. So since it's emulsifying the oil, that itself proves it has a lot of cleaning properties where you can clean your kitchen area, your platforms, especially when you fry a lot of oily stuff. This will degrease it very fast as against the conventional water. You can use the strong alkaline water. Subsequently, if you wash with 11.5 your vegetables or even your meat or your fish items, it will decrease all the fat from it. Plus, it will also improve the shelf life. It will keep it for about a week, which is fresh. Okay, so these are the salient features of the water. Plus, it has its antibacterial properties also, while clean. It will kill any kind of a bacteria that is there by this. Okay. Then we come to the strong acidic water, which is 2.5. Now, the 2.5 again, as I said, in Japan and various other Asian countries, they also use it for sterilizing their surgical instruments. So that is self-explanatory as to how strong and acidic water it is and how it is used for using your sanitization, cleaning. So instead of using a lot of chemicals like Lysol or whatever brands, Mr. Muscle and all, you get so many brands in India and abroad. So you're using everything from one source of water, which is free, to utilize these type of purposes. So it's very important you should understand the machine. That's why we are coming back, the product, the apparatus itself, how you utilize it. And here another feature I'm trying to say is you don't waste water from here. Because from one of the hose, you get the right water which you are wanting. Subsequently from the other hose, you get the other water coming. Because pH is 14. For example, if you take 9.5 minus 14 is how much? 5.5. So 5.5 is used for your skin. So you don't waste that water. So what I'm trying to tell you, you must understand that and explain it not just for your sponsors, even to your companies, if they're not going to be distributors. Okay? So that means you're using one container which you don't waste that water, plus you're using the one which is actually required. Similarly, if you go to your 11.5, on the next outlet you will get 2.5. So you can store the 2.5 which you use again as a disinfectant. You can clean your toilets, tops, anything, your house mopping, everything can be done. I sometimes also use it for my pets. They have small things called fleas and ticks. So I put it on that. And whenever you have a rash, you can always use your 2.5. This is just basically I'm giving you these features. Now, when I'm on the subject, I do not want you to do two things. Don't become a doctor or a scientist. I don't do that. Because I'm not neither a doctor, neither a scientist. Why? When you are trying to testimony something or certify something, you need a certification. So even in our products, you'll see some of our big doctors like the Nobel awardee, Dr. Hiromashi has said, yes, I'm using the water, but he doesn't certify it. So I do not want any of you going around and telling people, see, this will cure cancer, this will cure your kidney stone, etc. Why? For two reasons. Ours is a wellness product. It has fantastic qualities of wellness. There's no comparison to it, which I will explain to you in detail. But you have no right, we have no right to say it can cure. For example, I've always said, I'll share it with you again there. A very practical thing is chemotherapy. I think many of you are doctors here, doctor maybe. Chemotherapy, we say, is used for cancer, and when you are treated with it, it cures. Tell me, what is the percentage of cure? Well, okay. Great. However, so the percentage of cure is very, very minimum.
2%.
Though you, very right. Though you're paying a very huge sum, so that doesn't mean to say, it's not certified. Though certified. So in our product, it is fair for us to say that it gives you wellness properties and it will do good. So prevention is better than cure. I always go on that. Maybe a dietitian will also tell you that before you get yourself into a diet, you better take precautions. Am I right?
Yes.
So they give you a lot of advice. Similarly, our water is good, so if you take it, it not only gives you a very good general health, and on the other aspects of it, the water itself has its properties of trying to improvise both on giving you your business values, plus giving you the mental satisfaction for whatever efforts you have put as an enterprise. So this is the advantage of being a independent distributor. Now coming to the other salient features of the product, as I said, please continue. Right? And as I said, is you must understand, does the machine produce you these type of waters? You'll be getting a lot of critics talking about water. Now you've got to authenticate whether these critics are people who are, qualified to say what they want to say. You may get many people having different type of opinion. They talk about alkaline water in different norms that they produce it, but it's not authenticated. They just say, no, you're just trying to talk. It's not required. So when you have a certification, that's how this company has grown for so many years. For 40 years, we have done a lot of R&D, lot of trials and errors, and then made ourselves a very perfect product, which is giving you that type of a water. Meantime now, since he is my very, very old friend, who's been an engineer and a chartered engineer, this is Mr. Ranjan Bhatt. So he will explain to you now, we were waiting for him, and then I'll go back to give you an idea of the apparatus, the product, and then you can ask him some technical informations on the product by itself. What is an ionization, how it takes place, he'll explain, and then I will come. Okay? Please give him a hand.
Anyway, Mr. Vincent Tan has introduced me. I would say that basically I will explain to you ionization, all of you know. Ionize the water means what? You split the water, right?
Yeah.
You split the water, the hydrogen and oxygen. Right? Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Right, okay. You split the water into hydrogen. This system was known even in the previous centuries, but they didn't know how to split it. What you might know or might not know is that many people, because you did not have high voltages available, nobody knew how to generate high voltage. They used the lightning itself to hit the water and split it. That is how it was done. So they split the water. They thought some magic would take place, something would happen. So this is how it went on. And when electricity was discovered, they used electricity to do many things with water, but often when they used the utility power, it became extremely difficult because it's dangerous. Basically, it's dangerous. So what happened is, fortunately, we had electronics developed into very advanced methods, and high voltage is generated by low DC voltages. Then they can be, the output could be both DC and AC. So you can have DC output in a pulsed form, in a sinusoidal form, that is like a sine wave, which is like a curve like this on the screen, but it's not in reality, it's not that. It's a little more different, but then it's in simpler terms, it's just that. You have square waves, you have triangular waves, and this and that. So different techniques are used. Now, every manufacturer obviously likes to keep it under wraps of how he does it. And therefore, the effectiveness is different from different people. So if somebody says, no, my machine is better, your machine is no good, this and that, they will be talking with insufficient knowledge about the product. So the product's knowledge comes from internally from the system. The very fact that large sales are taking place and people are therefore more convinced. Massive sales by Enagic worldwide and large approvals. So therefore, there must be something to it, otherwise why? And they nor I were going to give you what is the detailed secret of the system, even if I do know. You see? So that will not be given. So, but I can tell you that all this is all high voltage. Fortunately or unfortunately, I am also in the same field. So we do high voltage electric fencing from a very, very long time, pioneers in that. So we make some fine thing called the lightning diverter. So it takes the millions of volt of lightning and diverts it to the earth. so that the equipment that's connected to is not damaged. And that's what we do. This is one of the things we do. So we know how to handle high voltage and what it does. So this high voltage is the one that causes this. Now then people say, okay, you're splitting it to hydrogen and oxygen. Now, as you all know, I think most of you will know, water is hydrogen and oxygen. 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. You split it, you have. Now the thing is that hydrogen is a very light gas. It tries to run away. Yeah, it just runs faster than anything else. Oxygen will kind of remain there, but hydrogen runs away. So you have to if you want it, you engulf it so that it doesn't run away. So that's it. Now, what is the body do? I mean, what happens in the body? People talk of so many things happening within the body. pH is required, pH is not required. pH is a kind of a measure of the amount of hydrogen. It is a sort of a reference point. When you say pH of 7, water, it's neutral. It means it's neither acidic nor alkaline. So this is the thing. Now there are different theories, and there are people also on the net, if you can see, running down this whole thing saying it's a fraud, which is not really based on fundamentals of engineering. Or you ask for his background, it actually may not be, might be sufficient, but the person should be able to establish it with scientific knowledge, not just giving reference of some United Nations committee suggesting something, because usually sometimes committees take some information and make a general rule. These things are not the criteria. Often the user and the benefits the user gets is very, very important. So what we need to think is that way when even talking to people and telling them, look, this is good. Okay. Now, some people say, okay, look, I have hydrogen water. Okay. And the other one is oxidized water or some other name they use. Now, what is the difference between all these? Now, see, basically, when in your body, you breathe in oxygen, right? Oxygen is good for you, but anything in excess is bad. Okay, and where the oxygen goes can cause damage. You have typical cases of a particular type of cancer which is due to excessive oxidation of the DNA. There are mathematical facts for that. So, how to remove that oxygen? The simple thing is, bring the oxygen's husband, hydrogen. They get married immediately. And once they get married, they get neutral. None of them have anger to create a cancer or anything like that. So this is what is done. So people say, no, ours is hydrogenate. They have got ionized water. Ooh, Yangan, that's ionized water. We have hydrogen water. And then they make a big fat demonstration. They're showing the thing. See, you can see the hydrogen. It's there. You can see it like a big water vapor. You can see the whole place. You can see. But the thing is, you see, hydrogen has to be trapped inside the water for it to be more effective. If it's like some big smoke coming there, it means it's running away. If it runs away, then it can't marry oxygen. so that's the problem. So that's the main thing that happens. And so if somebody is saying that, see, whether it's hydrogen water or anodized water or ionized water or any other kind of thing, they are basically the same. Because you split it and then you feed it to the person in its raw form because when it joined together, it's water, or acidic or non-acidic, depending on the percentage of hydrogen in each of them. So when you add hydrogen to it, that's when the changes take place. So hydrogen should be free. It should be a free radical. It should be available to enter your body and enter with the oxygen. And unfortunately, hydrogen is harder to control than oxygen. So that is where the technology helps by either trapping it or doing that and making different measurements, different ways of taking it out. That's why you have multiple plates. You have 3 plates, you have 7 plates, you can have number of plates to change the way the hydrogen is produced and how it is trapped inside the water. This is necessary. So this is the whole technology, basic technology, which makes things different, as I've already explained. So if any of you have any questions, you're most welcome to ask.
Any questions or anybody? Any technical questions? Is the right person to give you your answers?
Yes, please.
The number of plates will decide how much hydrogen remains trapped.
No, there's little more. See, the spacing of the plates matter. The number of plates matter. The size of the plates matter. There are so many things. So, if you increase the number of plates, what you do is the more splitting take place in a shorter time. That's what happens.
Size also matters, right? Lot of people give 12 plates and the size is so small. That also it doesn't.
Yes, the area of the plate matters.
Really matters.
Area of the plate matters.
Length, breadth, and depth of the plates.
The size of the plate matters.
Really matters. Not the number of
plates. You can
plates.
have 15 plates so tiny.
So tiny.
And you have 5 plates this
Big.
big. It's probably better than the 15 plates, tiny plates.
Just tell me the surface area to which the water comes in contact.
Yes, please.
Pressure of water, how much you have pressure?
How much pressure you have to feed in. See, once the water flows in, there is a pump inside that. There is a pump in the system. There is a minor pump. There's a suction effect is there. Yeah.
Normally, if we put in a tap,
The water flows in, but what happens to the water? It is controlled.
no,
internally.
water, I am telling, suppose tap water we put in the machine,
Yeah.
water won't come here. Out.
No,
But
that's
under
not
the
the pressure. See, when you
pressure we
from
want,
the
no?
source tap, when you connect our machine, the water flows. That's why we sometimes say the pressure should be very perfect. If not, you may have to use a pump, for
So
example.
that
now.
what pressure, how much
What is the
pressure we have?
Make it very simple.
Your question is minimum pressure,
No, what pressure?
maximum.
Because we are
Ideal,
adding
ideal
one
pressure.
pump. We
Yeah,
are-
but
we
see,
are
the
adding-
machine can take 6 liters per minute. That's as the flow rate. You get optimum ionization with the nozzle diameter.
No,
If
we
you
are
increase-
paying additional pump here for installing the machine. So, is it necessary to install that additional
That's
pump?
if your
See,
flow
very
pressure
simple.
is less.
The plates are
Okay.
stacked like this. So the water has to
No, no,
flow.
how much?
It has to
that's
actually
what I
walk
want-
against the
what
gravity.
What is the measurement of the pump we have to install? Add.
You use a simple aquarium pump, good enough to give you enough pressure.
What? Final.
I think that's it. I think it's how many HP is it? I can tell you the technical.
Ah.
0.0
low
very
low.
aquarium pump is a very low wattage.
No, sir. There are three type of pumps are available in the market.
Yeah, but I'm
Three
saying
type
it's a
of
very
pumps
low
are
wattage.
available in the market.
They on the market.
RO water failures, they are using 75, some 100.
When you are
It
having
is
a
not
demo,
sufficient.
my engineer will exactly tell you the type of pump.
What I want to.
That's no
No.
problem.
No, see, if you want normal flow, then you get the standard output. But if there is some difficulty in flow of water, even if you have a pump and it's not,
No, that is not difficult.
Yeah.
I am actually want which type, which pressure, how much pressure
Yeah, that will
pump
be,
I
it
have to
will be a copy. We have that standard.
See, for different machine, different plates, the
No,
pressure differs.
suppose 24 floors of building is there. The ground floor will definitely get that pressure.
That's what I'm telling you.
So,
I gave you an example.
Ah.
Say sometimes you don't have proper good water coming.
Yeah.
I explained. So they have these bottled waters.
yes.
But that bottled water must have minerals. I'm coming to that stage later. on,
That
where you should have TDS,
Well,
enough
yes.
TDS.
That will be-
That's when the electrolysis generates to give you the pH.
Yeah.
So that means that water will be pumped
Yes.
at a particular pressure.
Sure.
We tell you which is that
Okay.
type of pump, whatever it is.
Okay. Okay.
So if it is going to be covered in the next line, next this thing, that what are the basic differences between the different models? The quantitative and the qualitative difference between the quality of water and the quantity of water which is going to be coming. If it is going to be covered in the coming this thing, then it's okay. Otherwise,
Yes, that you will be getting it. We will be orienting you on that.
So if you want any other technical direct questions,
Yeah, the point was basically when Mr. Ranjan was explaining is on the technical aspect. How an ionization takes place is what you got to understand. How when the electricity flows, what you get, what is the end product that you get out.
and see, somebody may say, well, why are these plates so important? See, you can use any plate effectively, but the water problem is the corrosion level will be very high. And see, basically the plate should have a very low resistance as much as possible, yet a high corrosion. You could use copper, which would be ideal, copper plates. would be very good, beautiful. But very soon, because of the high voltage flowing and the water there, it will corrode very quickly, and then you find that just the wire is coming out, nothing else. It's gone. The copper gets dissolved virtually in the water. So that's why you need, very expensive metals, and the cost goes up naturally. So that's yes.
I read in your book,
Yeah.
hydrogen has two molecules. Oxygen has two molecules.
Two atoms.
Two atoms. Two atoms. Yeah, atom molecule.
Yeah.
Then oxygen one.
Yeah.
I read that out of the two molecules, it is split into two. One, that hydrogen molecule joins with the oxygen. Is that's what I read in your book? I want to find out whether what I understood is clear or not. Hydrogen two molecules or atomic molecules. Out of that is split into.
Yeah.
Already it is there two separate, but they are all combined together, oxygen and hydrogen. The electrolysis process takes place when the hydrogen molecule out of the two, one is separated
So
and
you have
joins
two,
with the oxygen.
you have two atoms going.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Totally
telling you.
free.
Out of the two,
Yeah.
one joins with the oxygen.
Yes, if it joins
Is
with
that
the
right?
oxygen, it's an unstable situation.
There's
It's unstable. It's yeah.
no hydroxide.
It's hydroxyl. Exactly. It's an unstable one. It will still it might again separate or it will join with another hydrogen and become water.
That's OH
Then how is
minus.
what is the process
Like
exactly?
O2 is ozone, which is again unstable. So how it depends on what it meets while it's going. If hydrogen sees an oxygen atom, then hydrogen atom, then it will cling to it.
Yeah, that's what.
And that will form the OH.
Hydrogen atom mixes with the oxygen,
Yeah.
then it becomes active hydrogen. Is that right?
Can I help you, sir? Can I explain? See, I mean, for the benefit of all.
You can address everybody.
This is board. Can you not pay attention here? Primarily what happens when the water flows through the titanium platinum plates, which are stacked vertically, there is H2O going inside.
Yes.
And the water also has trace elements. They are calcium, magnesium, potassium, sodium. They are not as positive ions. And when you have negative and positive, this is how we actually apply the voltage. All the positive ions get stuck here. They get attached to it. Complex molecules will break, and calcium and magnesium will get. So that's the reason you get elevated alkalinity in the water. Got it? Now, as far as H2 is concerned, it is broken into two components. One is called OH and H. Got it? There are two H and one oxygen. OH by default is minus because of the binding property, which I will explain it because you need to understand the molecular side. And H doesn't exist just as. It forms with another H called diatomic. Two H forms a hydrogen molecule. One molecule or one atom of hydrogen is acidic. So it is not beneficial for body in fact. When you have two molecules, two atoms, not molecule, always remember. Two atoms of hydrogen joins, it produces a hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecules put together produce hydrogen gas. So the water what you can see is the small droplets of hydrogen gas, which are trapped inside as hydrogen gas. So which actually gets into the body, which can get immediately neutralized with oxygen. When you find more oxygen pair, it neutralizes, forms water droplets and flush out toxins. The other one remains H, which are actually electron donors. The reason is they have a very weak electronic bonding with the nucleus. If you look at hydrogen atom has one neutron, one proton, and one electron. And the EMF is very, very weak for it to hold. So what happens is this electron in the outer shell is easily available for somebody to get. So they actually pull out. So it becomes an electron dot. So you understand that?
Rest all the waters are electron stealers.
They're stealers. They're
They
positive.
steal
If you check all the water, which reads on odometer plus 400.
Yeah.
When you have plus 400, it indicates it needs more electrons. It is positive charge. So what is trying to do? He will go and attach to something. If he finds a DNA from there, he will put the electron. So what happens? The DNA molecule will get damaged. So when the DNA molecule damages, the DNA loses its property. So that's the reason you have DNA mutation, DNA death. the telenol, the DNA, start. So it starts shortening. When it starts shortening, aging process happens, you get diseases. So very simple thing. You need to just at a basic cellular level you can understand. Very simple. Okay, I think I.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much. Any other questions where technically where the apparatus is concerned?
Yeah, so during ionization again I've heard that it removes fluoride because fluoride cannot be attached to a negatively charged ion. Is that true?
Fluoride, there are a lot of fluorides. In fact, fluoride itself is a lot of chemical compounds.
Correct. So does it,
Which one are you referring? Because
like in US they add fluoride to their water. You know that?
no, fluoride is primarily not added.
Mix up.
No, I'm just trying to understand if it removes fluoride.
Not added to water. Chlorine is added.
No fluoride. Okay. No problem. There is a second.
If we just come, if not, we'll get a little digress. So is that fine? Thank you so much.
I've got another question.
For your own time and good explanation.
One second.
I've got one question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I just want to understand how the MSDS, the Metal Safe Data Sheet, which clearly states, I have got a super mission, which says that the minimum, the standard operating procedure says that it should be minimum 150 TDS. Okay, how is the TDS proportional to the OR? I want to understand the mutually perpendicular relationships of the voltage applied and the TDS, because you need some ions to charge it. So I've got recently I just bought my super machine after doing my 6 months of understanding the product, and I'm down the line of finish, and after which I got convinced and bought, but I've still not reached my work expectations. 5 plus 2 plates is only 250 minus 250. So can anybody explain to me that? Because I expect the super machine that I bought a Ferrari, so not less than 800.
We are touching that.
Yeah.
When we are
So I
coming
just
to
want
the
to put
super-
it down the line.
I know. This
The
is
technical.
You got to understand. That's why we are
Now, if the
conducting
something is
this.
going to be related to the applied voltage,
I understand. More than that, we are going to explain to you the salient features when you buy a super to an SD50 with your plates. What happens and what should be the type of source pH which is to be fed into your machine to get your relevant categories of what we specify is required.
the ultimate result is the shelf life. How many hours I'm going to
No,
hold
I
the
don't
warranty.
call it. See, shelf life even for our junior 2 is the same. So there's no question of that. See, the performance of the plates are going to be the same, except as I said, when we are blowing technically, as I said, I'm not an expert, but I'm trying to tell you, and I will get a team to explain to you in detail, because as you will rather agree with me, we have a lot of, let me say, certain confidential R&D in the machine, which we may not. That's where I'm coming to that question later on. It's not what happens, we are getting into question and answer.
End
We'll come to
result.
that later on. Okay? Where competitors come in and they also say we are doing the same thing, what's happening? I will explain to you that at a
Sure.
later. Okay?
I'll wait for
Thank you for your question. Okay, we now see operational chart. So I'll start off again from where I left. Operational, as I said, you've got to be very fluent with the type of the operational instructions that the machine has, so that you're well aware of it and you utilize it to every drop. And in our machine, as I explained to you earlier, you don't waste water like any other apparatus that you may use. You know the outlet. You can use this for everything, as I said. Divide your 14 into whatever is the source of water you're taking. Use that. Maybe you can use it for acidic water for cleaning your vegetables. Then maybe you can use the other waters for maybe your skin washing. Use it. Then sometimes you may get some other water when it's cleaning. Okay, use that for your plants. I'm just giving you example so that you are also conserving water. At the same time, the machine has its own self-cleaning system in it. See, that's one advantage in our machine. Okay, and it gives you the right properties of water which you are wanting through your manual. You know how to operate it. We come to that next. Okay, now these are the properties of our water again that we were just now discussing. We have antioxidation properties, then we have the alkalinization, then we have the microcluster. Are you all well aware of this?
Yes.
Okay. Newcomers? Okay, so you must have, see these are properties, like I give you offhand, I won't go because that under the demo it will come. Here I do not want to club it. For example, antioxidization. You have to eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, which will give you that property, or drink a lot of tea. You know, they say tea is an antioxidant property, but dietitian will explain to you. You may have to take 30 cups of tea as against 1 glass of water. This is self-explanatory. Okay, so this will of that.
Yeah.
And the question and answer at the end, we will try to cover those, and I'll read out where you could get those details from. So that is one example. And then on the alkalization, we have already told you what our machine produces. It gives you the 8.5, 9, and 9.5 water, which you start entering, which is good. We take the alkaline water is to balance our acidic levels in the body. Basically, that's it. And like what Mr. Ranjan explained, how hydrogen mixes with your oxygen, it converts into water, and then it's flushed out. Okay, that's basically we are coming to those points. Then we are coming to the micro clustering. This is a very salient feature in our product. Again, ordinary water or regular water or any other type of water which you get, which we have experimented, the micro clustering is about 15 to 20, as against ours is about 5 to 6. So that means since the clustering is small, it penetrates very easily when you drink. It goes into the system, it reaches the brain. I'll come to all those stages in more detail when we explain where there's been a lot of research done. Doctors have verified it and they say how this water affects the body if taken on a regular basis. Okay, these are the special properties. For another example here, because of the micro clustering, is when you have your strong alkaline water. As I told you, it emulsifies oil. When you wash vegetables, for tea for example, if you put it in tea, tea has to be boiled to extract tea. But in our product, you just take ordinary water, alkaline water, put your tea back, you get instant tea, which you can drink. Another example I'll give you is simpler. Take cumin seeds, jeera. See, jeera pani is already there. I think everybody knows in India, and it has a lot of good properties. I drink that in. More than tea, I prefer that. So you take a little jeera, put it in ordinary water, and put it in our water. You give me the difference. All of you must try it and let me know. It's a very simple example, a very practical demo. So you instantaneously get concentrated jeera in one of the alkaline waters as against the regular. Jeera seeds, ordinary jeera seeds. Just wash them out, and I drink it like that. Just put it into my alkaline water, and now fresh. Okay. So that's I've explained to you on all the 3 problems.
So that can be tested with regular 9.5.
Yes, and start with 8.5 itself, because you will have to drink that for first 10 days, then you go to the 9, and then you go to the 9.5. Why is we want your system to get used to the one.
Yeah. One question related to having
question and answers later.
Yeah, I just wanted, because I didn't want to
Okay,
correct.
okay.
So when you are having the tea dipped in the microclustered water, and yes, you get the extract.
Cold tea.
Yeah, cold tea, but you can't have the hot tea, right?
That's what I'm saying. You go and have iced tea, no? So you're getting ready tea. What I'm trying to
It's not one tea. You get up to 3 to 4 produce you can have with one green tea.
Does the property lose?
What? When you heat up
Only
tea?
your
Antioxidants,
hydrogen
antioxidants.
will be a little low because it evaporates, like Mr. Ranjan said. The hydrogen there, pH is not potential hydrogen, is the percentage of hydrogen. If exposed too much, will definitely drop down. That's fine.
When you heat, you will lose all the active hydrogen dissolved in the tea, and you lose. See, there are 2 ways you can get antioxidants. One is by offering active hydrogen. The other one is certain chemicals in the tea which releases antioxidants. So when you consume, it goes into the body and start reacting, produces antioxidants, glutathione, coenzyme Q10, vitamin C, certain molecules are produced. They are the ones who suffer, not active. So 2 ways. So when you heat up, one of them you are suppressing.
So that's why. So in our product, I think the R&D or the scientific research is so much. The hydrogen retention in the water is what is the salient feature of our product as compared to the rest. That may evaporate and go, but ours retains to an extent. So even if the percentage comes low, but you're having hydrogen in the water, which is giving us the wellness properties.
That retention would be how many hours? Like 24 hours?
Water, I think that's why they say it has to last for 3 days.
No, active hydrogen. Once we bottled it.
When we produce freshly from the machine,
Huh.
if you are able to attain -7 rpm, giving a number,
Okay.
and airtight,
Okay.
don't allow any air to stagnate there or
Okay.
trap there.
Okay.
Airtight and leave it. Over 24 hours, I measured, we got around -400.
Wow.
24 hours.
24 hours.
Okay.
42 hours, I got even 150. So it depends upon how you store it. If you can actually vacuum tight it, it can retain without shaking. When you shake water, you lose it.
Okay.
Second thing, when you expose it to light, you lose it. Temperature, movement, and light, three main factors, and exposing to radiation.